That's awesome when that happens, because if I can help facilitate the relationship with movement in a new way, that changes for the rest of their life.
What is the biggest transformation that you have seen with your clients in your program?
One transformation.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's a tough one, right?
Oh, it's so tough because my clients, it's like you start the program because there's an intention of like, okay, we set intentions at the beginning of the program. Like these are three intentions. It's usually stop binge eating and maybe let go of my anger or heal my relationship with my husband or something like that along the way. And then the transformation is always it's unexpected and I never know where it's going to go, so it always delights me when all of these other ancillary things that they never planned on just kind of fell into place. It's like they ended up maybe they weren't seeking a partner, but they were, just focusing on their health and their fitness and their food and aligning that. And oh, by the way, they ended up meeting like an incredible partner. And, whether they had gone through a divorce or something like that. So there's some other things that are, I mean, not as tangible, I guess, that are a beautiful display of like really them living their incredible life that they dream about. And in, module 2 of our work, it's like this vision of how I want to live my life, and to go from I have no idea what even to write down because I don't know, I can't see the vision yet, or I'm going to write a few things down, but it's so hard for me to see, to then having answers for that, but not just answers, but like they're like actually believing it and they're living it. And it's not, it's like, oh, that's happening. Oh, that's happening. Oh, that's happening. It's, it never gets old. It never gets old. Ever. I
Give,
love it. I
give
love
me
it.
some good ones. Give me some good highlights.
Oh, I can't pick a best, but one thing I do love is if there's a woman who hates exercise and then ends up, because this has happened to a few of my clients, ends up falling in love with exercise because I'm showing a different way and what it could be. And there's less of the connotation of dieting or trying to lose weight. And it's more for all these other really joyous reasons of what their bodies can do. Um, that's awesome when that happens, because if I can help facilitate the relationship with movement in a new way, that changes for the rest of their life. That's something that stays with them. It's like they'll forever want to keep movement in their life, not because they have to, but because they have a whole different new respect for it and a desire for it, and they see the benefits and it really enhances their life and adds value to their life. So it's like that's one thing that they will could just continue long after we're working together, and they could just continue. And
Mhm.
like that's awesome, because I think the reason why that one's important to me is from the history of when like I started exercising and what fitness should be. And it was always about weight loss. And it
Mhm.
was about beating yourself up and punishing. I always had to punish myself because of eating, I ate an extra cookie. I had another slice of cake. I had some ice cream, or I had another slice of pizza. So there would be like this, well, I got to, put in another half an hour at the gym. I got to do extra abs. I got to do, jump on the bike for another 30 minutes, or I find some way to punish myself. So I think that's why when I see it unfold, and it like a woman in her 50s and can be like have this history of I hate exercising because I associate it with dieting and losing weight, to reframe that to like actually consistently want to work out, like that's pretty cool, because it's like a deconditioning of like all the crap and old programming, and it's like no, I'm doing this for me now, and this is what it's like to take care of me.
Yeah.
So that's like one thing.
Yeah.
But
I could say that from my experience, I wanted to not want to lose weight. Does that make sense?
yes, that makes total sense. That
when
makes
I
total
when
sense.
I first started your program, I was like, I want to lose weight, but I want to not lose. I don't want to focus on that, but I also am focusing on that in the back of my head, right? Like I was like, but they said that I'd lose weight. If I didn't like try to lose weight, I would lose weight. Like it's a little like weird, like these little fighting men in my head going, it's not about losing weight, but I want to lose weight, but it's not about it. And then I guess somewhere along the line, I started to feel freaking great in the body that I had. And I wasn't, my clothes were the same for a long time. My body was the same for a long time. But at some point I was like, I really feel good because of the working out with you, talking about stuff, dealing with all the things. And then things started to change. And I am considerably smaller than I was 2 years ago. I don't know how much I weigh. I don't know how much I lost because I haven't weighed myself in 2 years in October. It's September now. And so yeah, it's that change is crazy huge for me. But I know that it's happened for a lot of your other clients too, where it's like, I want to lose weight. But if you focus on losing weight, you're not focusing on your body, your mind, your spirit, your all of the things, rest and working out and resting and eating healthy, strong food, blah, 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 and food is food and all that fun stuff. But yeah, there's like that transformation for me happened somewhere. I don't know when it happened.
Yeah. So
Yep.
that's the other cool thing to see how it unfolds because so many people think it's just going to be like this. I'm just going to flip a switch and
Mhm.
it doesn't really happen that way. And but I do encourage women in my program to it is a more of an unfolding, it's a curiosity, it's a let's slow the fuck down because everything else we do is quick, quick, quick to lose the weight and I want this result. We slow it down. That's the other part of being able to appreciate any result, right? It's like appreciate the little results along the way. And
Mhm.
then it kind of like accumulates and then builds momentum. And then all of a sudden you're like, wow, like there's something in me that has shifted and changed. And I don't know when it happened exactly. It just sort of, so it's not willpower.
Yeah.
You're not like, oh, I have to go do this or I got to force myself. Nope.
Mhm.
Nope. There's like a true desire. And when I see that happen in my clients, when there's a true desire to really fundamentally understand to put themselves first, um, it's a very proud moment. I'm really like really joyful and happy for them because that's where it starts, where if you do it in this one place, you can do it in other places.
Mhm.
And it just starts like, the little domino effect.
How many people
Yeah.
do you think have gone through the Dana Lee world and have changed? That's a
That I
really
don't, I don't even know because I will from time to time, I guess because of my YouTube channel and when I started it so many years ago, I will once in a while get a random message from somebody. It could be an email, it could be a DM on social media. Sometimes it's even within a current client. Maybe they're a real fitter. They've been a member of the site for a while, but they're quiet. And I'm like, do they even know this payment goes through every single month? And then they will message me something, and I have no idea. Like, I don't know if I'll ever know the effects of like what I do or what my program is on people, women and men. I mean, I had, when I used to own a gym and so I just don't, I have no idea that ripple effect. I mean, hundreds, thousands, I mean, certainly thousands if you think about people following my YouTube channel, but as far as going through my mentorship program is, dozens of women doing that. And what I have to say about that too is it's because it's such a Like it's like you feel like called to do the work. The women who show up to do it, I have a very high adherence rate to it. You know, it's like I don't have to gamify it. I don't have to do any of those little weird bells and whistles with the program because it's like, no, there are women who fundamentally like I'm not fucking around anymore. I need to change my relationship with food. Like I'm not
Mhm.
like I'm so there's something that like pulls you through the work because it's more than the food and it becomes this like juicy exploration of like who you are as a person and as a partner and as a mom and a sister and all the things. Um so that yeah, so that is so many people. I will never know. I will never completely
My
know.
husband will tell my friends' husbands, like, you got to get your wife into this Dinnerly program because I was miserable. I hated myself and I hated my body. I would complain all the time about it. And that ain't sexy, you know? And then before I even started getting smaller, I was confident and I was like, you are lucky I'm in your bed. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, what? Who is this Dana Lee? It's like, why can you have all this sexy confidence, And he tells my friends all the time, like, you got to try this because my wife has never been happier because of the work I did on myself through this program, you know? And then, like you said, that
Hmm.
affected my husband, that
Yes.
program helped my
I
husband
do
in
have
that marriage.
I do
God.
have many other stories like that I know about. There's some other stories I know about, and I'm sure that there's more if we reach back out to some MindFit alumni that they can also share the impact it had on their relationship and their marriage and their partnership, or that sometimes also what'll happen is it gives you you really build up this self-worth and deserving part that you really believe you are worthy of a really healthy relationship. So either your partner comes up and matches that, or sometimes it's the tough decision of I need to move on and find another partner.
Mhm.
Um, However, regardless of however that shakes out, it's like you're just ready for the next step. I'm ready for the next thing. It's who I'm becoming, but I hear that a lot. Like I had a client call the other night and it was, it's like the whole family knows who I am.
Of course.
Like,
Of
oh,
course.
you're talking to Dana Lee? Oh my God. It's like, yeah, it was a private client I worked with for a number of months. And it's like, yeah, like her daughter knows me, like, and a couple of times, like, well, because we would FaceTime with our private calls, and it's like, her daughter would be walking through the room, hi, Dana,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, because I was part of helping her mother get really healthy in a way that she could never do for her. It's painful to witness a parent who is, you know, suffering and really hurting, and it's like you're not equipped. I can't help. I can love you, but I don't know what else to do. So I guess when I enter the family as an honorary member, it's
Yeah.
like I'm like I bring the family together with
Mhm.
by only working with one person in the family, which is interesting because women think, it's like to work on themselves, it feels like it's a like, oh, it's so selfish, but it's like one of the best ways, though. Everyone benefits when you really put yourself first. Everyone can benefit because you are putting your best self first, and like then other people get to experience that,
Yeah.
and yeah, and it's awesome. So yeah.